If you want a Christmas song that gets everyone singing along, Feliz Navidad is one of the easiest crowd, friend, and family pleasers. Here's a super simple way to play it confidently this year. I give this exact same arrangement to my beginner and intermediate students, and it always ends up being one of their go-to holiday songs. Now, because the song uses the same 4 chords throughout, we're going to use 2 different strumming patterns to keep it more interesting. So we're going to have one strumming pattern that's used for the intro and the verse, and then a different strumming pattern for the chorus. So let's start with the one for the intro and the verse. What I want you to think about is kind of just like a steady 8th note strumming pattern, just like a simple down, up. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So now let's add a chord to it. We'll use the G major chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now what we're going to do is on the first down strum, we're going to mute that. And the way we're going to do that is by using this meaty part of the palm on your picking or strumming hand, and then also the side of your fingers here as well. We'll kind of do like a karate chop on the strings and also pick the strings at the same time to give it a percussive sound. So we're going to do that down strum, and then we're going to strum up, down, up, letting the chord ring out. So it looks and sounds like this. Try that with a couple different chords. Try A7, and then D major. All right, so that's our strumming pattern for the intro and the verse. Now for the chorus, we're going to change it up a little bit. We're going to do some choppy strums. They're 8th notes, so you'll strum the chord, and then again, you're going to use this meaty side edge of your palm and your fingers to mute the strings right after. So we'll count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Again, you're not letting it ring out. Keep it nice and choppy. And try that with some different chords. Once you're comfortable with that, let's start adding in the different chords in the song. So in this, we have the D major. You can play that a couple different ways, whatever's more comfortable for you. There's also a G major chord. Again, a couple different ways to play it. Both are great. I like to play it like this. And then we're going to use the A7 chord. And then what is sometimes a struggle for some people, a B minor chord. Now, if you don't like playing the full B minor chord or it's a struggle, what you can do is just lift this finger up a little bit so that you're not playing a bar chord anymore. You're just using the fingertip on your first finger, and what you'll do is avoid playing the high E string. So you just play these 4 strings. If that's still tough for you, playing all 4 fingers, what you can do is lift your middle finger. So instead you're just playing these 3 notes right here. So it's the 2nd fret of the A string, 4th fret on the D string, and then your pinky on the 4th fret of the G string. And that'll still sound great as a substitute if you can't do the full B minor chord or if it's uncomfortable for some reason. Now, in the intro of the song, before the words start, you're going to play D major for 1 full bar or measure, G for 1 full measure, and then A7 measure, D major for 1 measure, and then we'll repeat that one more time. So another D major for a measure, G major, A7, and then D major. So I'll show you an example of how that would go with that first strumming pattern that I showed you. If you're liking this lesson so far, please hit the like button and then also subscribe so you don't miss our future lessons. And let's carry on. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. So I like to end that last one with just 1 strum on the D major, and then that leads into the lyrics or the vocals that start coming in. Now in the verse, we're going to change the chord progression a little bit. So now we'll go to G major for 1 measure, A7 for 1 measure, and then D for 2 bars or 2 measures. And then we repeat that again. And basically, you just keep repeating that pattern throughout the verse. G major, A7, D major. And again, we're using that same first strumming pattern. So here's an example of how it would go. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero and muy felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero and muy felicidad. And again, right before we lead into the second repetition of the verse or into the chorus, I like to do kind of like one last final muted strum on the D. Just kind of adds a cool stop into the song, grabs people's attention again before you go into the next section. Now for the chorus, we're going to do something very similar. We do a G major chord for one measure, then A7, D major, and then B minor, or whatever substitute you like to use for the B minor. And we play G major, A7, and D. So let's do one round of the chorus. This is when that new strumming pattern comes in again. So remember, we're doing choppy eighth notes, and we're going to land on every count. And then on the and counts, we're going to mute it. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1. All right, now with some singing along with it. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas from the bottom of my heart. All right, there we go. That's the chorus. Hope you don't mind my singing. And then we go right back into the verse again. So verse is the same thing. You're just repeating exactly what I showed you before over and over again. So great thing about the song is once you know the intro, you just play that section once. You know the verse, it's the same thing repeated over and over again, and same is true with the chorus. So there's a lot of repetition through this song, which makes it nice and quick to pick up and simple to learn as well. So I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Again, this is a great simple song to pick up around Christmas time for any parties, gatherings, everybody recognize it, and you're gonna sound great with these different strumming patterns that you can use in there to mix up some variety. If you want some extra help with your guitar playing, make sure you check the link below where you can get our fretboard pathways training, which will show you how you can start to play all across the fretboard confidently. I'll see you in the next lesson.